Hello, who's ever watching? Just doing my typical thing here. Switching everything over to the TL group. Alright. I'm gonna mute this guy here. What's up, Craig? What's up, whoop ass? Ass whip? Nothing much. Just getting back to working on this. Changing the fuel line to make sure it's better. I'm not whip ass, by the way. You're whip ass. Yeah, so I'm putting this all back together. This stuff was leaking before, so I'm making sure it's not leaking anymore. The next thing I'm doing is putting everything back together, tidy up these wires, hook up the wideband to turn on when I turn on the ignition, and I might ride this bike today. That's probably what I'm going to end up doing, which I'm pretty excited for. So let's get started. Let me actually grab a little bit of tape. I got exposed wire. So I'm going to grab a little bit of this and put it on here. I wish I was painting trees right now. Painting trees would be pretty fun, you know. I have an afro, have a good looking hair, got a good sounding voice. Craig, you know what I'm talking about, right? Let me put this. What do we have here? Alright. Put in our box. Just putting your box back on. Alright, there we go. Everything's looking good. We go back to this poor guy and Facebook. Craig said something to me, so it should pop up on here. Man, Facebook has been acting pretty weird. It hasn't been responding too well for some reason. Everything's been loading bad. Oh well, on my phone at least. All right, that's taking a sweet time. Oh no. Yeah. Yep. Start with this. I went to Jags earlier to start replacing parts for the fuel system. So I got myself a new fuel filter right here. Another 40 micron Jags filter, 90-degree bend. There you go. Just plain Jags. I'm going to tighten it up a little bit before I put it on here. Another 90-degree. I don't know if you guys been to Jags. Jags is pretty awesome. I love Jags. I spend a lot of money at Jags. Like Micro Center. The only two places I spend money, really. So, and then one more of these guys right here for that spot right there. So, since it broke, I didn't break it. Let's go and grab this guy here. Let's start putting this together. Like I said, this is the fuel system I made. I got new STI fuel injectors in there, 560 cc's. I might be able to drive this today. Might be able to. Need to tighten up some bolts, hook up the chain. I should be good to go. Is that the North Columbus side? Yes. I'll bring the transmission to you, buddy, if you want the transmission. Alright. See how this goes. So if everything goes well here, like I said, I'm just hooking things back up. You know what? Let me take that back off. Let me hook this up instead first. So right now I'm hooking up the fuel line to this 45-degree bin. Then after that, I will be. And after that, I will be. Someone said something. React to a photo of mine. Oh, that is a really old photo. That was a friend. He had a Hayabusa. Let me show you. This photo is old as shit. I don't know if you can get a good view of it. I'm a dumbass, but it's a picture of me saying you should turbo your motorcycle or I'll do it for you. I would have done it too. But I still will for him. Make sure everything's good here. I'm going to tighten it up the way I should. Some of you guys are about to have a heart attack because this is an AN fitting. And I'm about to use an AN fitting on Greg. I can't see everything else. I can't see everything now, so watch. Oh. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, Craig. What are you talking about, man? Not there. Okay. About to use use a normal crescent wrench, which is still an aluminum piece. Someone's having a heart attack right now watching me do this. And they're justified for it. Okay. Stop moving. Let's do a crescent wrench. I don't need you to move. Unless you move, the better this turns out. Tighten this down a little bit more. Keep it going. So, after I get done with this, like I said, I might be able to ride this bike. Not today, but my goal is to have this bike, quote unquote, rideable next Wednesday. Next Wednesday, so I can take it to bike night at Quaker State, or what is it, Fast and Go? Is that what it's called now? It's like, last time I remember. What was it before I went there? It's across the street from Wendy's back in the day on 11th. I don't remember. I just remember Taco Bell being there. Now Taco Bell turned into an apartment complex. Man, God, it's been so long since I've been over there. All right. Here we go. Let's get this guy going. Get super close. I'm super excited. Getting points where I can say I'm super serial. Come on. No, oh, that's good. Alright, next step. Fill filter. I need to start wearing glasses out here so I can see further away. Or my glasses anyway. Does it matter? It's got a twist. I'm wanting to. Sorry if that's loud. Alright. Let's make sure this poor guy is completely tight how I want it to be. Okay. Really? Really, Alan? Really? Alright, so that's basically done. Just get this on. I know that shit won't leak now. That's all I care about. It's that shit leaking. Alright, that should be good to go. The next step is for me to put the fuel tank on, but I don't want to do that right now because I want to put in a vacuum line for my wastegate. And that's going to be slightly tricky. Let's breathe her on. Might just be easy if I go in that direction. Right here. Alright, let me take off. Where is... You know what? I cleaned my garage and still can't find shit. Don't drop it, man. I ain't gonna drop it. Chill. That was a one-time thing. Oh, Anthony, if you're still watching, I collected all the fuel injectors so I can take them to slow motion to get flowed. Ooh. Now I'm looking for my Allen head adapters. I don't know where I put them. Corello, come on, buddy. All right, where did I put them? It's the Allen head bits. I wish you guys could be here to help me with this part. I feel dumb right now. I cleaned up the garage and I don't know where I put them. Do not know where I put them. Oh, it's right here. Right here. on the floor. Cleaned up. State that I cleaned up the garage, but the parts are on the floor. Look at that. There we go. Things are about to get pretty ratchet. See what I did there? I know that was corny, but I had to say it. Let me twist this the other way. So after this, I'm going to hook up the wideband to my ignition to make sure the ignition is... Really? Well, this can't be ratchet if the ratchet is broken. Wow. It doesn't really matter now. Just break it loose. Oh, that ain't working. Now I'm ratchet. Look at that. Ratchet and hoses. That's what we'll be dealing with here in a little bit. Touch my eyes a little bit better. Oh, hey. That's an old ratchet, man. That's a really old ratchet. It doesn't even matter. I can let that one go. That one's probably older than me. Probably stole that one from my dad. Probably stole that one from my dad, which is the cycle of life. The children are always stealing their tools from their dad. There we go. And you don't always need quality tools. Here we go right here. First bolt. Second bolt. So Steve, wait, are you off today? No, you're not off today. You're working today. Which van do you have, Steve? I'm now. Do I have 1500? It's not supposed to be 5600. It's 560 cc's for a total on the TL1000. 1100 cc's per 1120 cc's per cylinder on the TL1000. I'm gonna be running about 60 psi, about 65, 70 psi through those injectors. Let's see here. Turbocharge your bike, or I'll do it for you. Facebook. McDonald. Video. So right now we're hooking up. Alan, go, Alan, go. All right. So yeah, on the TL, there's 2 sets of injectors per cylinder. One activates around 6,000 RPMs. The other one goes, obviously, stays on the whole time. So right now, I'm just currently trying to run a vacuum line to my wastegate to make sure I can control boost. And ooh, I got it there. It's just Might be a little bit harder for me. Let me get myself a 12. And let me jack it up real quick. I'm not getting on my knees if I don't have to. In the video, did I? In the video, did I stick like 5? Did I stick like 560 without like thinking about it? Chair. I don't know if I put that on the video or not, but I'm sure I didn't. Oh, whoa! I did. Whoa! Yeah, it's supposed to be 560 cc's. Did not see that when I put that on there. That was a mistake. Let me get a little bit of oil on my hand real quick. Put that back yesterday. Get in there, I'm going to push the hose down. My hose barb. It's going to be a tight fit. Best type of fit. You don't want those things to be loose. I need to put a clamp on it later too. Oh, come back here. What are you doing? Here we go. Moving it up. This is gonna be extremely tight once I put this on, and that makes me happy. I'm happy for a tight fit. Anthony, are you off work? Because after this, I'm going to be coming over to your house to help you work on your mining rig. Oh, man, for some, like, dude, I'm telling you guys, Facebook has been weird. It does not want to update properly. You're off? Yes, and I do work today. Actually, let's see if I can squeeze this on. Pop this on here. Might be easier for me to do that. I wish I had a camera view so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. So the wastegate bolt is very, very close. Actually, oh deal. I'll push this down. This wastegate bung sits super close to the engine. I mean, extremely close. Come here, you. Thinking about doing it the way I did it with the other hose. I'm using a really thick rubber line for this purpose because I do not. It's going to be near the wastegate and it's going to get nice and toasty. I'm trying to avoid a loose hose. Right here. So, dip this in a little bit of oil itself. I'm over here thinking about some good anime right now. Steve, you should watch some good anime, like some One Punch Man, or you're off. Oh, come on, really? Alright, this is going to be a pain in the cock. Come on, go in there. I think I almost got it there. There we go. There. Oh, there we go. It's in. Alright. It's time. Squeeze this rubber hose through here. Yes. Many wins. Many wins. Ooh, there we go. Many wins right there. Many wins. Alright. See if I can actually show you what I did there. So that's where the wastegate bong hole or vacuum line sits right there. It's right next, and it goes up next to the frame. Pops out right there. Stuck on turbo, and you're going back here. So I just got done putting that guy back on. So I have access to this vacuum line here. There's 2 extra ports I have on this. I'm going to put them together and tee them and have them go straight to this. I might have it share with one other device, my temp sensor and pressure sensor to my TL1000, but this will be teed. I might not run that, just to give it a quick ride by next week. 5 to 11. Wow. They're over here setting up a schedule here. That's a good idea. Alright. Jesus. Oh my god, that's funny. Let me see here. Got some guy here. Alright. Now I need to get back in there with my 12 mil. If I remember where I put my 12 mil. Oh, right there. There we go. You know, I like going to Jegs. They have good people there, and they like listening to the stories I do for work. I love my job. It's easy to do, and the people I deal with are great. And some of my, I should say just one really. One of my coworkers isn't the greatest, and the rest of them are the best. I can count on them to literally pick up the dead. Ah! Barely get the joke. I wish people ask what I do for work more. That'd be great. That vacuum line is set up. I need to go back in there. I just need to make sure I put a clamp on it. You know what? Let me give it one more ooga. There we go. No, I'm not satisfied with that ooga. One more ooga. There we go. I'm happy with it now. Alright. What is that? What the fuck? Is that the turbo doing that? I mean, that's just caked in there. It shouldn't be like that. And I don't look like an engine would do that. It looked like a turbo would do that. I'm not happy with what I'm seeing inside this turbo. You see a lot of oil coming out the back of it. Alright. Gonna make me not trust On3 Performance stuff. And not trust the person who sold it to me either. Alright, buddy, you. Yep. Keep on dropping stuff. Keep on dropping stuff. Just keep on dropping stuff. So, you're new. I'm just putting the bike, technically just putting the bike back together. See if I can give it a ride here today. I need to hook the chain up. And then I need to hook up, tighten up the swing arm bolt, bleed the clutch so I can actually change gears. Then tidy this up and see if I can. That's probably what I'm going to be doing mainly all day today, is that. Cleaning up the bike, make sure everything's in order. Because after I plug everything up here, I'm going to probably give this guy a ride. I really want to ride it. I'm not going to be doing anything crazy. I'm just going to ride it around. Technically, I haven't rode this particular bike in 4 years. In 4 years. That probably would cost a leak. Check my. Oh, sorry if that was loud. Oh. What's up, Steve?
Hey,
What?
you working today or not?
I am work. Oh yeah, I am working today.
Are you on call?
What? Yeah, I'm on call.
You don't have a body right now, do you?
What?
You don't have a body right now, do you?
No, I do not. What's up?
I need help getting this front tire. I got my new tire in, but I don't know how to take off the front tire on the bike.
Oh, take it to Midas. Put the what?
I'm at Midas.
All right. Put the front. Put the 2 front forks on jack stands. So what you do, you can put jack underneath the bike, right? Lift up the front, get some jack stands, put them on the forks. This is the cheap way to do it. This is how I do it. Make sure you keep an eye on it. So you'll lift it up. You'll put a jack stand on the other fork, and then you put a jack stand on the other side fork.
That sounds on both sides of the forks.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's going to help you. That's going to help lift the bike up. And then what you're going to do next is take off the calipers. All right?
Take the bolts off to attach the calipers to the, there should be 2 bolts that hold the calipers on the forks, right?
Yep. And then you have one main bolt, which should be either a 20. It should be either a 24 or 28 socket to take off the front on the other side. So you have a total of, on both sides of the forks, on both forks, there should be 2 bolts on the bottom. But what you should do is loosen up the axle first, I think, which is going to be that one big bolt on the side. and then loosen up those 4, I think.
Yeah, there's 2 bolts on the right side on the bottom underneath the big bolt.
Yep.
There's 2 bolts on the left side.
Yep.
There's 1 big bolt that's like a 24 or 27 or some shit.
Yep. That you're gonna loosen that first, and then you're gonna loosen up those 4.
Okay, do I take the 4 out or just loosen them?
What?
Do I take out the 4 or just loosen them?
Just loosen them, and then you can use whatever you want to knock the axle out.
Okay. Do I think? I watched the video that said I had to compress the fucking fork battery.
No, I never compressed them.
Okay.
I've changed plenty of front tires. I never compressed the front tires. I mean, compressed the front forks.
Just take all the 2 caliper bolts on both sides.
What?
Loosen the axle.
Loosen the axle first. Loosen the axle first before you loosen the axle first before you unbolt those 4 bolts. At the very least.
Alright, because one of those 4 bolts do just hold the axle in place.
Yep.
Alright. Do I have to grease it when I put it back in?
Say it again?
Do I have to grease the axle when I put it back in?
No, the axle doesn't really do that. All it does is hold. There's bearings in the wheel that does the spinning.
Okay.
So make sure you check your bearings to make sure they're proper too. You don't want to put bearings back on that are, making crunchy noises as they spin.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to have you here, because I don't know shit about what they're supposed to look like.
Hey, dude, you would know what a bad bearing looks like. You work on cars.
I know what car they're sending is car bearings.
What? No, dude, they're just standard. They're just your standard bearings. They're bearings. Nothing special about them.
And the bearings won't fall out when I pull the wheel off?
No, they will not fall out.
So should I loosen the axle enough before I get the bike on jack stand?
You can if you want. I prefer you doing that. I prefer you doing that instead. Put it on. Break it loose now while it's on the ground, so you don't torque it too hard while on the jack stands. And then take off the 4. Take off the calipers. Take off the calipers and loosen up the axle nut. Then, come on. There we go. Then after that, what?
I'll give it a try.
All right, you can't you literally can't fuck that up. You can't. I can't. I trust you. You're a fucking mechanic. You should be able to get it. All right, dude. Peace. He's getting off that phone call, questioning his entire life. That's what I feel. That's exactly how I feel right there. He's like, okay, I don't know if this is gonna work. It's gonna work. He knows what he's doing. He's got this shit. Alright, so I just got done hooking up the wastegate to this rubber hose. Probably cut that to length how I need it. Or not really use it until I actually need it. Next step is to put on the airbox, because like I said, for the first I'm just gonna probably ride around, not giving it high throttle inputs, just ride around because I am jonesing to ride this guy. What else am I thinking about? Yeah, that's really all. Let me get to the next step. Put it on the airbox. So airbox here. By the way, this is my airbox for my TL1000. Let me lower this guy a little bit. Get it out of the way. It's nothing special. The welding isn't the greatest. But I'm going to tell you right now, bitch holds air. That's all that matters. So put that guy there for a moment. you sitting in the shade, buddy? Alright. Went to go grab these guys. Rubber O-rings for a TL1000R. Pop these guys in here. Had these for almost 4 years also, just haven't used them. There we go, you go there. I'm just using these to help create a sill on the throttle body for me. You know what, let me hold on to this bag. So, here's the air box. It's, I think this is a 4 or 5 liter air box for my bike. You know what? That is driving me up a wall. So, here's the air box. Here's the gaskets for the air box. I think it's about time for me to put this guy on. This has no tears on it. Does this one have tears? God, I can't tell. Should have put a should have put which one I took it off yesterday. So I'm kind of let the gaskets go back to where they were. Guess it really don't matter, does it? That's gonna go there. That's gonna go there. Oh, that was not what I wanted to do. All right, it's time for me to put this guy on. So I'm just putting the bolts in the holes here. Yes, Anthony?
Yeah, I got a question for you, bro.
What's up?
Where are you getting the boost readings from?
What?
The boost readings?
I'll figure it out, don't worry.
That's all I wanted to ask. I'm just watching you.
I know you are.
I need to get some sleep, though.
Get some sleep. What time you want me to come over?
Try to aim around 6.
Aim for 6. All right.
Alright, love you, man.
Love you too.
Peace.
Peace, bro. I should have told him he was a piece of shit. I fucked up. Anthony, if you're watching, you're a piece of shit. All right. Now let's go. Missing one of the screws. This is over there. I need to check. Time for me to pop this guy on. Matter of fact, I'm not going to tell by looking at that. Okay, I thought that was a screw. So just putting the screws in, getting ready to put this airbox back on. Let's cut my skin. There we go. Push these back too. We'll go putting these on first in the rear. Alright, so all I did was straighten them up and just push them through. Now it's time. There we go. Everything's in order. Now it's time for me to tighten this down, which is just an 8mm bolt, or they're 8mm bolts. Mini heads on top. Many heads on top, so I'm just going to grab myself a small ratchet, which I should have right here. And everything should be here. Start this guy off. Come on. There we go. Actually, I might save one of these for that bolt. Snug it. Where is that one? There should have been 3 down here. And there we go. I lost those 3. Great. There. We use the center one, this one on the inside. The inside bolt, and this one on the inside bolt too. So I am missing. I need to bring up 3 nuts to make this work, and that's where I made my first mistake. Is I need to find those. It'll be some time before I can actually find those. All right, reach inside. So I got this one nut here. There's nothing on it. I need to reach through the ram air intake to the throttle body to where this hooks up. So I kind of need to put it at an angle, push it in, push it up against the bolt, and use this 8mm to twist the nut or the bolt onto it. Come on, go in there. Alright, more like that. And hard to squeeze. Alright, that guy started. Grab another one here. Another open one. And I'm going to repeat the process on that side. Sorry for loud noises. Alright. The socket should be already in there. Let me move this back. When I reach back in here, fold it down to the other side. I'm going to repeat that process. Like I said, I'm going to use these. Let's give this squeeze as hard as I can and give it a slight twist up so when I press up against it, it'll just flow into it. I think that one started too, so I can pull that back out. That's good. I like that. Now, for the inside one, this is the hardest one. This inside ball is really hard to get, and a couple days ago, I already kind of stripped it already the other day and twisted up the nut and broke off the wire I have hooked up to it. So I'm going to have to put this on like so, hold it with these pliers, reach in through the ram air intake through that side to reach all the way to this bolt so I can put this nut on with this setup. It's going to be pretty hard, super hard. I had to be very patient with it too. That's the only downside about it. Matter of fact, let me open this back door. Give myself a little bit more light to get this done. I have to pull up the bolt. What's up, little buddy? Alright, let me put this back on. Or go at it again. Gotta reach in there. Is it going in proper? Looks like it's going in proper. Alright, that one started too, I think. Alright, that one started. Oh, that was easier than I thought it was going to be. You know, let me see if I can show you in video real quick. Sorry for the loud noises again. Let me get you out of that crack. More loud noises are coming. There we go. That's better. So let me see if I can get a good view, give you guys a good view of what I had to do there for a moment. So to make this work, I have to use these new nose pliers to get down. I don't know if you can see it very well. Let's see. Let's hold this here. There's a wire right here. That nut goes on to the bolt that's inside there. I don't know if you guys can get a good view of that. That shine. I don't know if you can see it, but the bolt, the lower bolt, is very hard to get to and it's very hard to see. So that's what I typically have to deal with when I'm putting that last one on. To fight to put it on. But it's on, so it doesn't matter now. So I need to find myself two more nuts here to put that on. You okay, man? Let me see. Michael Gooding. It's always a pleasure to see Michael Gooding. Alright. Time for me to reach inside here with this other wire to get the inside one. This side is not as bad. Definitely since I don't need those pliers to screw it in. What the hell? Can't twist it. Get this tension on it. Yeah, there we go. Regardless, I'm going to twist it anyway. There we go. Tension on it now. Check one thing real quick. I think that one might be beat up. Let's try it this way again. There we go. That's on. Alright, the next step is to find more bolts to screw everything else on. Who the fuck is Bobby Max? Oh. Oh, if you're still watching, Michael, how it fits over the tank, it's small enough to fit over under the tank. I designed it just to fit underneath. It's very tight, but it works. if you're watching. See here. No, I don't need to invite anyone. Alright. Gonna use one of these guys. Actually, I actually like this one. Guess it's going to catch by itself. Put that small ratchet. It's really beat up. Alright, that one started too. Ram that little ball through. Awesome. We may have to make another one soon. Yeah, I was planning to. I was gonna make one for you and Anthony. I need better looking boxes so I can at least brag about how my aluminum welding has gotten better. This looks like poo. I need to figure out how I'm gonna make it. I need to figure out how I'm gonna make it look better. But no, this fits underneath the tank. The only thing that bumps up against it maybe is the front, but then again, you could just add maybe 2 washers to the front, and it'll space it out enough, give you enough room to be just fine. So that's the upside to it. It's not that big. Like I said, this one, like I said earlier, this tank is a 4-liter tank, maybe 5. I wanted to go big, as big as I possibly could, and that's why you're thinking this looks good. By the way, the size you have is actually pretty good. It's just I don't like the way it looks. I'd rather sing you one like this. It's going to be made out of thinner material because I'm using an 1/8 inch aluminum on most of this box, and this box is heavier than hell. It's actually a little bit overkill. You could probably drop that from space and still use it. Now, I need to find one more thing before I can finish this up and then start on my next, start putting all the intake stuff together, then fix up the wires and fix up this oil, this small oil leak I have from here. And then I probably start it up to hear how it sounds, just so I can be happy with the sound it makes. And after that, finish the swing arm, hook up the chain, hang the radiator proper, and then from that point on, I will probably try to start this, ride this bike. I'm excited for that. I'm so excited idea to starting the bike. So excited. Just get excited. Oh, here, you know what? I'm just going to use one of my old wire bolts on the other side. Or a wire. Yeah, is that a nut? Wire nut. Yeah, wire nut that I made a long, long time ago. I actually made it for the purpose of putting this on. Well, can I reach down that throttle body? Make sure it stays closed so I don't drop the socket all the way to the valves. There we go. Good. So next step, finishing bolting up the intake box, and then I'll hook up the intake completely and see if I can get this little hook up the fuel tank. check for leaks, and then fire it back up and record it while running this time, so you guys can see it. Because if it's not running on video, it's not real or it's not running. Needs to be running. I'm excited for this bike so much, man. This bike is so close. I have almost all the little things fixed. I can't believe it. 5 years since I rode this bike. 5 years. And this is about to be done. And the funny part is, this is not even the motor for this bike. I'm going to be using a bigger motor for this bike here soon future. A bigger motor. Not really a bigger motor, but a engine with Corolla rods, wide scope pistons, ARP head studs. From a Hayabusa, by the way. If you guys are TL guys and you want stronger head studs for your motor, head studs from a Hayabusa will work. There we go. Reach in there. Alright. Reach in here. Hey Michael, if you're still watching, subscribe to my YouTube channel, bro. I need to pump those numbers up. They're rookie numbers right now. Alright. The last little bit right here. So much better than the first airbox. Alright. I think that'll work fine. Got some nice little pressure going on. Yeah, a little bit more torque to the inside of that. What did you say, Steve? Don't feel bad, my Supra has been down for a long time now. Still debating what engine to put in it. Been thinking about selling a new Tundra. You're goofball, man. Go the easy way, man. Just LS it like everyone else does. Beat that dead horse. Beat it like it's the last horse. Come on, there we go. There we go. There we go. I like where we're going here. I like this. It's nice smooth. There we go. Alright, the next thing I'm going to do is start hooking up the stuff. This is scary. Don't like where this is going. This will actually be the first time it'll be completely sealed up with all the couplers tight and it running. So we're going to see that real quick here very, very soon. Side. Alright. Here's my blow valve, by the way. Blow valve and intercooler piping from an intercooler. We'll hook this guy up into here first. Push this down in. Alright. Already in, ready to go. Next step, push this coupler in, or this intercooler piper. This intercooler pipe in. Radiator's hanging down low, makes it super easy. That's why this is feeling weird. Alright, gonna put that guy there. I want to be different. I have a 1UZ in the garage, but 4. You know what? How about this? Be so unique. Put one of my TL1000 engines in your car. It'd be slower than dirt, but it'd be unique. There we go. We're in. We're in. There we go. There we go. We're in. We're in. Sorry for all the weird noises. Forgive me. Well, damn. Well, dude, the only other thing I could think you're doing is, I shit you not, this would be a good idea. I got plenty of TL motors. We put 2 TL motors in there, 2 in the rear of the car. Boom. You'd be more rare than a unicorn. You'd be technically the only guy on the streets of Columbus driving a V4 car. See what I did there? A V4 car. So the coupler over there is hooked up. I need to get myself this 8mm and that long extension I had earlier. If I remember where I put it. Should be right here. Oh, where are you? That's what I honestly would do. Is at this point, if I want to do like a super unique car, I will make my own car from scratch, hinting at something. Or get a car and put one or two of my TL1000 motors in it. I can assure myself that no one other than one guy has done that. Couplers. I wish I was a little higher. That should be fine. So I'm tightening up a hose clamp, basic hose clamp right now to the bottom side of this box. Hitting it with the Ugas. That's enough Ugas, I don't want to break the clamp. I mean, two TL motors would be equivalent to two TL motors with turbos, or them sharing a single turbo. That'll be 400 horses, huh? I don't really think that'll be considered. And hell, on top of that, you'll knock off like, no, that'd be low power. You probably knock off a little bit of weight because you're not using a full transmission. You're gonna be using two TL transmissions, which should be lighter than the transmission. Now, the car's transmission for the Supra still might be as much as a TL. Hell, this fucking L4L60 in my garage. That's a girthy boy there. That's like 180 pounds. I was a little shocked. Oh yeah. Back to that. My friend Jack helped me out. I am selling a 4L60 off of a 5.3. I forgot what type of truck it was, but it's a year 07 and it has 62,000 miles. If anyone wants that transmission, hit me up. Alright, next step, clamp down clamps. Get him, Crow, get him. Alright, next step, I'm going to be clamping down the clamps. I'm happy I cleaned my garage, in fact. All my tools are in one spot now. It's easy to... What's up, Martin? If you're still watching. Started the bike the other day. Ow. Steve. Just took. Yes, it took. I had to knock over the bike first to get the bike finished. Eat a dick. At least the bike is almost done. I'm about to turn it over here in a little bit. After I do this and Now, I'm going to turn it on first to hear all how it sounds very tightened up and not creating pressure, but how it sounds with everything clamped up and hooked up tight like it's supposed to. Next step is to make sure it doesn't leak fuel. Once sort that out, the next thing will be to just start it. Just excited for that. Probably start it here in about 10 minutes. Turn it on, make sure there's no fuel leaks here. Once there's no fuel leaks, I'm going to turn it on to see how it sounds. And I'm looking forward to that. Just how the sounds of everything sealed up, no air leaks, nothing. Because the past few times I turned it on and had it run, either the couplers weren't hooked up, or the couplers weren't tight, or something wasn't bolted down properly. But this time would be the first time I turned it on, with everything on and hooked up. So, I am about to kill my dog. What's up, buddy? You okay? At least he's outside the house. Gets to run around. There we go. Come on. There we go. Everything's sealed up. All the seals are on. My OCD is driving me like that. What? The bike look like it's about to fall over? It's not going to fall over, man. Look. See? Got a jack stand. Got a jack stand there to keep the bike from falling over. See? We're safe. We're safe. Kind of. Let me push this to the other side just a little bit. Alright, now it's time for top cap. Arrow facing forward. There we go. Now it's time for me to find the nuts. The bag of nuts I have for this. There. If you guys ever need any fasteners like nuts, bolts, and stuff, I would say go to Fasten All. Like Fasten All. First time I heard Fasten All, I thought the store was called Fast and All. Like, holy shit, it's a performance shop in Columbus named Fast and All. I was like, no way! Go there to learn it's not fast and all, it's fasten all. Fasten all. My head exploded. And there's nothing wrong with the wiring harness right now. It'll be made clean here soon. Chill. Okay, start off with hand. Always start your bolts off. Start your nuts off with your hand. No one to think about that sounds pretty dirty. All right, that's on. Remember, those are 14. It's right here. So when you're tightening down stuff like this, you make sure you go across. Just snug it, go across. Once it's snug, just go across from there. And I did not do that in that situation, but don't care. You can, but dude, I have never seen aluminum nuts from anywhere. The only place I've seen aluminum nuts, I mean not nuts, bolts. I bought aluminum bolts from fucking Fastenal. Dude, my head exploded when I said I need some aluminum bolts. What type? What do you mean, what type? Yeah, we have them. No way! They had them. They had them, dude. So I was able to weld these on. Weld these on to this air box because of that. And I had to thank my twin for that. Because he thought of going to Fastenal and asking them to see if they had aluminum bolts, and they did. And they were pretty cheap. And they were pretty weird to hold because they're like super light. Alright. Alright, the next thing for me to do is put this fuel tank on. And hope it doesn't leak. If it doesn't leak, I can start the bike up. Start the bike up, I can listen to it roar. And grab that guy, move him out the way. Because he's in the way. That's what I would do. Alright. And for some reason, as I'm working on his bike, all I can think about is Riders of the Storm. Riders of the Storm. Okay. How am I playing about this? Which way to hook this up? Grab this guy. Push him in. Yes, go in there, little buddy. Always in there. Alright, the next thing, I'm going to hook up this AN line. And then after that, I'm going to test the fuel pump, see if it'll continue leaking. I hope this does not continue leaking because I don't want it to, and I want to try to figure some shit out finally. And I probably end up using a die grinder to punch into this a little bit so this can sit without sitting on any wires. Okay. Alright. So that girthy worm right there. That went in easier than I thought it did. Alright, now it's time for me to get excited. I mean, get some wood. Some really big wood. This in there. That there. There we go. Well, if you guys are excited as I am, I'm about to start this back up again with the wideband. See what we get. Where is that wideband? Put the wideband somewhere where you guys can see it too with me. There we go. Hello, wideband. Covered in oil already. You're brand new. Alright. I'm about to start the bike here a little bit, but I need to tighten up this fuel line. Once I tighten up this fuel line, I'm going to test it out. Test the fuel pump to see. Test the fuel line to see if it leaks. If it doesn't leak, we're starting this motherfucker up. Come on. Where'd it go? Get tight. Getting pretty close. We'll use a wideband. See what's going on. I actually have to raise my fuel pressure here after this. See if I can get one more twist out of that. There we go. Alright. Get that there. This up here. Technically right there too. Glare on the gauge. Let me turn this off there. I want to tell you right now, when I start this bike up, it's not going to sound good on the webcam. Alright. So, need to wire it up first with the relay. I dropped the relay on the floor. So here in a little bit, I'm about to start this bike that you guys are watching or trying to. Okay. Pause. Red goes to yellow. Red. And then yellow goes to this here white wire. It's covered in tape. Stop parking. By the way, I'm going to be honest with you. This Bike Master battery, I like them a lot. They have overcurrent protection. So even if this wire was arc or anything, it won't arc bad. So that's good. I'm going to shove this ground wire in here. And shove this ground wire in there. Come on, go in there. There we go. Alright, we're in like Flynn. See how this goes. Where is the switch? Good fucking news, everyone. No leaks. No leaks. That's great. What I'm going to do now is grab some E85. I'm going to start this bike up. if I can find my canister at 85. And then, oh, here we go. I found it. Got me some E85, some corn. Time to pour this in. Get me some corn. Feed it some corn. There we go. Make sure you grow up to be big and healthy, TL. You need to eat all that corn. All the corn in the world. Technically, by the way, if you guys don't know what E85 is, E85 is a biofuel made of ethanol. By the way, there's two types of alcohol. I think it's methylpropyl alcohol and ethanol. Methylpropyl alcohol will kill you. I'm just going to let you know that right now. But the good stuff that we drink, humans, is called ethanol. We can drink that because it's bio, and it won't kill us. I forgot how the other alcohol will kill us, but you can just call it meth, and it's not the same as like regular meth. It's something totally different. All right, we're going to turn this on one more time. Make sure there's no leaks. No leaks. Let's see, no leaks. All right. I'm going to jankily hook up the boost gauge, not the boost gauge, but the wideband. All right. Let it heat up real quick, and then we're going to give this a toss. It's ready. Let's give it a turn. All right. Something ain't working. Switch isn't working. Well, let's do it the other way. This is called, I always call it now, the Brian Turner Special. I use it's running a little bit lean. Maybe it's still too lean. I don't know how the hell it's running lean. 4. Let's hook it up properly. Write something. It's not hooked up. Where are we leaking from? Not there. Not there. Just leaking from here. Alright, got a leak there. Still running richer than it should. And it does have a small leak coming from. I didn't type that hard enough? That should have been tight. Okay. Small wire. Okay. Stop up there. 85. That's 85. That's water. That's water. Make sure it pushes up here. What the fuck? Did I just kill a power commander? No! Fuck! No way. Fucking bullshit. Did I? Oh my fucking god. I just broke a power commander. Oh my fucking god, I did that. I fucking did that, didn't I? It's a $500 power commander. Okay, that's weird. But that's not even getting power either. Fuel pump isn't getting power either. Okay. Alright. Probably didn't mess it up. The power wire to the power commander and fuel pump isn't. I figured something was up when the fuel pump wasn't clicking over too. Alright. Let's do this right this time. Push it all the way down in there. Grab this guy. There we go. Let's hook it up one more time. Tell me this one. What? That's not good. Fuel pump is not clicking over. Regardless. Dark fire. So it doesn't even matter. And floor. One of these had to blow. What? How what? Well, I did have a fuse blow here. So it's got part of the fuel system. I had one of the wires touching his wastegate. It cut into the wastegate and the wire got exposed and grounded. Luckily it's before the power commander. So if it was to ground, it's going to ground through this wire into this. So the wiring harness would get destroyed before this $500 device. Whew. Alright, I just need to get myself another fuse, another 20. I'm just going to go down to 10. I'm not going to mess around with that. I'm not going to take it off that one. There's got to be another place where I can get a fuse. Here we go. Got myself a 15. There we go. Fuel pump, power commander, both running. Let me be a smart person and tuck this in here. Make sure I'm not grounding or anything, cutting into wires. Wait, I need to check my phone for missed calls. Oh, my wife called. Alright, let's go for this one more time. Oh, that's not healthier than I did before. Alright, let's go for this. With some gusto. Still don't like that. I still don't like it. It's just right there. That's weird. I don't know. I still don't. about that? My twin's got a power commander he can use now. Let's see. What's up, Greg? How you been, man? All right, let me see. Let me see real quick. Let me plug that up. See if I can get any juice from it. Put a chance starting it up that one. Currently hooking up the power commander to the computer. See what happens. There we go. Alright. Let me grab this webcam so you guys can hear me. So you guys already know I'm using the PC5 off a Hayabusa. Let me see one thing. Can I turn the throttle? Will it say anything? No. Whoa. It's not saying anything. It's giving me an issue. Find something else. So fuel injectors. As soon as I do this, it'll start. That means I got to issue the power command because I fried it. No, the wire is just fucked up. No, it runs when I fucking hook it up. Oh my god. Oh. Today's just not my day. I'll wrap that in wire too. Sorry, the video is basically about to end here in a little bit. I hate myself more than anything right now. Hold up. Yeah, here. SJ Cam. I hate myself more than anything right now. I'm pretty sure I blew up the power commander. I definitely blew up the power commander. Alright. I'm going to let the stream go. You guys be safe and have a good night. Oh, good night. Good day. Good day, sir. Good day. Alright, you guys be safe. I'm going to figure this out. See if I can get this power commander to work again. You guys be safe. Time to end this.